Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. And we have a good one today, one that I really did enjoy. I'll sort of break that to you now. It's been showing on Channel 4, this series. It's 10 episodes. It actually was on Hulu, who commissioned this back in, I think, June 2020. So it's been a little while since it came on UK TV. So this is the first time I've had a chance to have a look at it. But that also means there's lots of little reviews out there I can give the information of and let you know about it. But it has been showing weekly on Channel 4. And we're getting right to near the end now, and it is available to buy. So I'll give you that information later on. So today we're going to have a look at season 1 of a little series called The Great. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, and if you like what you see, please push that notification button so you know when these vlogs are coming out. I try and inform as much as I can and give the information, my little personal views, etc. on all these sort of things. I do obviously these drama reviews, I do film reviews, information vlogs on film and TV, what's out on DVD to buy, stuff like that. Eventually, hopefully, very soon, it's not been a long while since I've done one, but cinema releases, I used to do those on a regular basis, obviously, but not had much of those recently here in the UK anyway, so they hopefully will be starting soon. And if you check the playlist, there's some stuff on football as well. If you're interested in that, please have a look at that. If you're not, don't worry about it. There's loads of film and TV stuff. But my Citizen channel covers Manchester City, so I do history vlogs, present vlogs, quizzes, magazine vlogs, loads of stuff on Manchester City as well. So if you know anyone who might be interested as well, please point them in my direction. That'd be absolutely wonderful. And there will be a couple of links for Facebook and Twitter. I do check every 3 and 4 days, so if you follow or friend me on there, I do check every 3 and 4 days and follow and friend everyone back on there. And please, all comments are welcome, whether it's about this we're looking at today, The Great, or anything else on film and TV. Just leave us your comments. If you haven't got time for that today, just if you enjoy what you see, please just give us that thumbs up. That's it's great to get views, but it's nice to just get a quantity of thumbs ups as well, so that will be appreciated. Right, let's have a look at this then. The Great season 1, 18 certificate when it's coming out to buy, so obviously it's very adult. Yes, it is indeed adult. 10 episodes of about 45 minutes on average, so I think we're talking overall of on the DVD it'll be 8 hours, about 8 hours 40 minutes. It's a biographical, loosely, comedy drama, and it was described by its commissioner, Hulu, as anti-historical, which I think is fair enough. I mean, throw everything out with this as far as it being historically accurate. There may be the odd bits, maybe the odd name that's true and correct, but I'm sure a lot of the goings on, 99% of what goes on in this probably didn't happen in real life. But it doesn't make it any less interesting and fun to watch, to be honest with you, which I think this is. Created by Tony McNamara. And it's a satirical comedy drama based on the occasional historical facts about the rise of Catherine the Great, from outsider to the longest-running reigning female ruler in Russia's history. An idealistic, romantic young girl, she arrives from Prussia for an arranged marriage to the mercurial Emperor Peter, hoping for love and sunshine, as we all would, and finds instead a dangerous, depraved, backward world that she resolves to change. All she has to do is kill her husband, beat the church, baffle the military and get the court on side. Yeah, so no harm there, is there? Various stars in this. We've got Ellie Fanning, superb as Catherine the Great. Nicholas Hoult as Peter III of Russia, fantastic as well. All these guys are pretty good. I mean, I can't quibble about the acting. Phoebe Fox is Marielle, Sacha Dhawan as Orlov, Charity Wakefield as Georgina Dimova, Willem Lee as Grigor Dimov, Adam Godley as Archbishop Archie, Douglas Hodge as General Velementov, Belinda Bromilo as Aunt Elizabeth, Richard Pyros as Count Raskolnikov, and Bayo Gudaba, I knew I was going to struggle at some stage, Bayo Gubadamosi as Arcadia. I'm struggling more with the actors' names. Sebastian D'Souza as Leo Voronsky. So yeah, there's lots of others as well, but obviously they're the main characters. I mean, a lot of familiar faces, very British feel to it. Obviously, there's no attempt at a Russian accent in this, which is fair enough. It's just done in sort of quite posh English accents, like what I have. Well, I haven't really, have I? Yeah. What did the critics think? Well, as I said, we've got plenty of views on this because it's been around and about for a long time. Rotten Tomatoes The first season holds an approval rating of 88%. That's a positivity rating based on 76 critics, with an average critique rating of 7.46 out of 10. So that's not too shabby. Audience, they quite agree. They're giving it an 83% positivity rating. I'm not too sure of the average score on that, but it'll be somewhere around the 7 out of 10 mark. The website's consensus reads, gorgeous if gratuitous. It certainly is. The great can't quite live up to its namesake, but delicious performances from Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult and a wicked sense of humour make it a pretty good watch. Yeah, that's probably sums up some of my thoughts, to be honest with you. Metacritic, the other site we'll look at, Metacritic, it's got a weighted average of 75 out of 100, 75%. That's based on 30 reviews. Very hard to find those at the moment. So I went on to Metacritic and it's all weird, but that's pretty positive, isn't it? Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, you, me, everybody else. Over 18,400 reviews on there, nearly 18,500 as I'm recording this, and it's average 8.1 out of 10, so that's not too shabby. Anything over 8 is excellent on Internet Movie Database. It's very, very rarely sort of let down if you watch something like that with that sort of rating. But there are people who didn't like it. There are people who do like it, but I must admit I was expecting a sort of load of people who didn't like it just whinging about the historical accuracy, but obviously, as I said, fortunately there's not. I think people accept that it's not very historically accurate, so why write and give it a bad review about that? But some of the things for it anyway, some of the comments on Internet Movie Database. While not a perfect show and very odd, I am looking forward to the next season, absolutely. Just don't go in expecting a brilliant comedy or historically accurate drama, and you'll probably enjoy it as well. I can't really say fairer than that. Someone else wrote, crude and abrasive, but hilarious once you settle into it. Yeah, it did take me an episode or two just to settle down. I was a little bit first episode, but obviously, by midway through the second half, I was pretty much sold on it, to be honest with you. Someone else said, this may not be for the person looking for a lesson in history. Certainly not. Never do that with a film, whatever it is. We have books to read and stuff like that if you want a little bit of proper history. But if you love crude comedy and decadence, yep, this might be the thing for you. Absolutely. I'm going to totally agree with that. And someone else wrote, oh dear, according to one critic, maybe a relative of the original Peter the Great ideas himself, I should have an IQ of under 80. Unfortunately, his theory is rather off. Being a registered member of Mensa, as is his review of this satirical, witty and completely politically incorrect wonderful series, not only have I binge-watched the whole of season 1, I wish I could have done it, I've had to wait week by week, but I am compelled to read about the true Catherine killing two birds with one stone, being thoroughly entertained and also learning factual history. What more can I ask from a series? Huzzah! There you go. We had to get one of those in, didn't we? You'll know that if you watch the series. And somebody again, so I say a couple of negatives, because there's not many negatives, so I just did find a couple for a little bit of balance. Someone wrote, I was looking forward to this and it could have been so much better if it decided which way it wants to go. Comedy, history, drama, or question mark. Needless use of sex over and over again. Yeah, it's a little bit over the top, but yeah, borderline on that. Senseless talk and very fast becomes very boring. A pity because the actors are definitely good. So he didn't like it. I mean, I think it decides where it wants to go. It's satirical comedy. It's not the history part is by the by. And there's a bit of drama in it, but again, it's played for the comedy element rather than the dramedy rather than the drama itself. And someone else just wrote, hugely unlikable. So there you go. So there are against this series, but Bernards, as you probably can guess from my little comments, etc., as I've been for the last 5 or 6 minutes, I like it. As I say, I do like to binge watch a series like this, but it's, as I say, it's been showing weekly. We're up to just airing the last episode, so I've looked forward to catching up with it. It's one of those things that you do have certain things that are on other channels like Netflix, Amazon, or where they show them weekly, and I do sort of stumble across them and catch up, and sometimes I find myself watching 2 or 3 episodes at once because I've missed it, because I've not looked forward to it. But the thing with this as soon as it appears on my TV guide, I've always wanted to watch it, when I've sat down at night Oh, that was on last night. I tend to forget when they're on, what night they're on. But yeah, and this is was top of the list. So I did look forward to this, and that's a good sign, isn't it? Let's be serious. I mean, it's silly, yeah, it's daft, it's fictional, satirical, sometimes a little sick, yeah, a little bit sick and brutal, sometimes very crudely explicit, yeah, perhaps a little bit over the top sometimes and too much of it. Perhaps once you've done it for 2 or 3 episodes, you know, just sort of tone it down just a wee bit. But it did a little bit, but perhaps not as much as it could have done. But overall, I just found it thoroughly entertaining. One critique commented that this sort of thing makes you want to go out and find them, read and watch historical documentaries and read about it on the real characters, and it did exactly what it did that to me. And even with stuff that's supposed to be historically correct, I tend to do that. I go and try and find out the real truth, because it's never quite right, is it? There's always license used in these things, but especially with this, you know, it's totally off the wall and nowhere near. So it did encourage me to, if I get the chance, to go out and find a little bit more about the real characters. And that's got to be good, hasn't it? That's got to be an achievement. If a programme makes you want to do that, whether it's a comedy or a serious programme, I think that's excellent. And I think, I think it scores extra points for that. Some great characters. I mentioned earlier, the great acting talent, of course. I mean, Ellie Fanning and Nicholas Hoult are superbs in the 2 main leads, but they are ably assisted, as I said, by a bevy of good quality. Very hard to find a really bad actor in this, which is unusual in this sort of, I always get, but the quality is excellent. Great sets, great scenery, fantastic layout. I mean, it's just very scenic, very, very good. The storylines sort of are not too varied. They're all sort of 2 or 3 main ones going throughout it, but it never gets boring, which is good in 10 episodes, 10 45-minute episodes. It never ever gets boring, even though the storylines are not vast. We're not getting a different thing thrown at us every week, which you tend to do with some episodic dramas. This is basically 2 or 3 plot lines that they work through, but as I say, it never ever gets boring. And I was thoroughly, as I've said, entertained, and I sort of can't wait now for season 2, which I believe there's going to be. So yeah, my score, yeah, I'm going to be up there. I'm going to surprise you. Probably one of my highest scores for a TV drama, I think, since I've been doing this on this channel. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, which is, as good as a 9, 10 out of 10 for most people, because I'm a bit mean sometimes with my scores. Yeah, The Great season 1, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Yeah, and it is available to buy as you're watching this. Obviously, I've put it out and published this a day or 2 before, but it is out to buy on the 8th of March 2021. So you can actually go out and buy it. It's fantastic. If someone bought it me, I'll be a very happy bunny. $14.99 on DVD. There are some extras which include Bold and the Brash inside The Great, Palatial Panache, the style of The Great, and there's a little gag reel as well. So there you go. What more could you ask? So very, very impressed. One of my favourite series, certainly of this year, and certainly the last, even better than some of the stuff I watched last year. So there's a lot of stuff I do watch, and I do watch weekly. I can think of at the moment Snowpiercer, American Gods. I do watch those, but they certainly didn't appeal perhaps as much to me as this thing. It's not something. I'll be very, I was very sad when this ended, and I don't have, hopefully season 2 will be out very, very soon. But obviously it'll be on Hulu first, and I don't subscribe to them, so I'm gonna have to wait, aren't I, unfortunately. But there you go. Anyway, let me know what you think if you watch this. As I said, it's the only negative I could think, and I'd have to agree with that critique before about the sexually explicit stuff. It is a bit over the top. You can make your point quite early on, and then you can sort of ease off a little bit, and it doesn't quite do that, but it doesn't really ruin the satirical comedic side of it. So, and it's that all adds to it, the crudeness as well. It does add to that side of it anyway. So that was the only slight this sort of thing that sort of didn't put me off, because I'm a man of the world. Doesn't bother me one iota. But I do agree with that little critique of it, negative critique of it anyway. Thanks for watching. Never going to do with this today. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other till we meet here again on the Film and TV channel. Or perhaps you have a flit across, have a look at my Citizen channel, my football channel. Whatever it is, all I ever ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.